Hi, it's Donna-Marie here. What I'd like to do today is I'd like to get you thinking about different ways that you can promote your business by giving. I know some people are probably not too keen on the sounds of this. What I mean is that you can give away some of your products, your services, your time, or your knowledge even, and that can be a way of marketing your business. Now, if you're busy or you don't have a lot of time and a lot of money, then this might seem a little bit daunting. But trust me, if you do it right, the benefits and the increased profits that you'll see will be well worth the effort and perhaps the time or the cost commitment that you make here. Now, different ways that you can do this. You could give a donation, whether that's a financial donation or some of your products or even your services to a local community group or to a charity of some sort. And quite often when you do this, you'll be able to get some sort of a thank you or a public appreciation. Either it might be on their website, they can link back to your website, or in their newsletter they might put a thank you. And even just the word of mouth from that will help to get your business known and will bring in more work for you, as I say, if you do it correctly. Now, another thing that you could do is to offer your services. And what I did when I first started my business was I offered to create the newsletter for a local community group. And I did it for free of charge. It was a monthly newsletter. And in exchange for me creating that newsletter for them, they were quite happy to include an ad for my business. And they also let me put my business details on the footer of each page of that newsletter. Now, that was a printed newsletter that was sent out to about 500 people every month. So for me, it was well worthwhile, and it brought in a lot of local business for me. Another suggestion is that you could give your knowledge. And a good way to do this is to offer to do a talk, just a presentation for local groups. If there's any local groups that are relevant where you could share your knowledge. And libraries are another area. Often libraries will have different people coming in speaking about various topics. And this is another strategy that I used. I used to give talks at local community centres and at the library. Libraries were always really popular for me and they worked well, but sometimes I just organised them on my own, and I'd book a community centre or book a room that was suitable, and I might have 30, 40, 50 people come along to this free information session. Now, it would usually go for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I would just share everything that I could. I would be quite happy to share my knowledge free of charge. And what would usually happen was that people would ask for my business card, or they'd ask if I can help them with providing services on that topic, or once I published my book, they'd start buying my book. I also would invite people to subscribe to my newsletter. So I had an online newsletter at that stage. Actually, it was a printed newsletter, but you could sign up for it online. So I would ask people to subscribe to that. And I started doing that, 12 years ago. And some of those people who I met at those information sessions are still customers of mine today and still on my newsletter. So that was a very cost-effective strategy for me. It cost me next to nothing. Sometimes I'd put a small ad in the newspaper. But again there, if you're doing a presentation or talk for the community, if it's free of charge, it's a community service, quite often if you send a press release to the local paper, they will put a notice in the paper or a small article. Sometimes you might even get a decent size article out of it. So it works in two ways, in that you're meeting new people and you're able to promote your products or services or yourself, and you're also getting a better opportunity to get some free publicity in the local newspaper or even local radio stations. So no matter how little money you've got, how small your marketing budget is, or how much time you don't have, remember that there's always ways that you can give to the local community or to others. It doesn't have to be local. And in doing so, the results will come back to you. They'll pay off several times over in most cases. By new business, but also you'll feel pretty good about yourself if you can know that you're giving to a worthy cause. Hope that helps. If you like this tip and you're not already subscribed for updates, you can do that now. If you're not already on DonnaMarieCoggins.com, head over there now and sign up for our weekly updates, and that way we'll send you an email each time there's a new video available, helping you to create a business that fits your life. Bye for now.